Scorpio. I'm here with your weekly reading. I hope you've had a wonderful week and weekend. I have the Kitchen Witch to start with, Oracle, and we've got Plant the Seeds. So if you haven't already, this is a call for you to plant those seeds, and this could be just planting seeds in your mind of prosperity and what you want to achieve. But to be honest, I feel like you have been planting the seeds. He's all the way up here and he's planting more seeds, yes, but there are a lot of seeds that have come up here already. So there are a lot of things that are starting to bloom for you and grow, and you've just got to keep up with that mindset. I feel like this is mindset. You've got to feed your mind with the right ingredients. What you watch, what you listen to and observe is entering your mind. So instead of watching sad things or being pulled into dramas, you need to keep your mind clear. And to clear your mind, a good thing to clear your mind actually is manual work, getting out into the garden, getting your hands into the soil and things like that to actually plant. Maybe you don't have to plant a whole farm like this. You can just do pretty flowers in a plant pot. This is a call to do something creative, to help your mind, to clear your mind. Get back to the earth, get back to nature. And even if, not doing this, you could go, spend time with your pet. You could go out into the park and the trees and things, because I feel like that would be really good for you. But the main thing is what you plant in your mind is very important. You need to plant the seeds of prosperity thinking and get rid of those things that like money blocks. Stop thinking that rich people are not good people, because there are a lot of rich people that are good. They're not all crooks. So this is what stops a lot of really good people from achieving and getting money, because they think that if I get to, there's something inside that says if I get too much money, I'll become greedy or something like that. No, you won't. If you've worked hard for it and you can appreciate the money is simply a tool. Money is a tool that we use just like anything else. It is just as valuable as anything else. This food is just as valuable as money, because you needed the money to buy the fertilizer, to buy the seeds, to make that food, grow that food that you need to eat. And isn't that a good thing that you had the money to buy the seeds? So we've got to get rid of these money blocks that we've got. And I really think this is all about feeding your mind good things, and stop watching the news so much. And, you don't have to watch the news. Okay, to some people it's interesting, but there's a lot of things on the news that are just, we don't need to hear it. We don't need to beat ourselves up about it. And if you're a bit sensitive, which a lot of Scorpios are, it can really affect you, the news and things like that, and you can go into a spiral of worry. And this is what I feel like has been happening with you, and you need to cut that out and go back to basics and find things that you really love to do, instead of watching, getting down the rabbit hole of YouTube. It's so easy to do, and getting in the dramas of people. So if you can get away from people for a little while and go to the park, big message there for, but I feel like, as I said before, I feel like if this is there are a lot of seeds growing that you've planted. So you're on the right track. I mean, that was a big message then, but there are a lot of people watching. This is a general message for a lot of people. So some people are at the beginning stage and other people have been going along for a while and are starting to feel better because they've fed their mind on good natural things instead of and they've stopped watching the news. But there's still some of you that are stuck watching the news, as it were. That's just an example. So that is a message for you. And then we've got forgiving and learning. Yes, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So, yeah, this person, you've got to. We all do it. We all just ruminate about. We ruminate about the past and what happened in what people did to us and everything, and it just consumes our mind. And again, it's with the mind thing. If we can just let some of the things go, do a cleansing of ourselves, there is, maybe even just meditate. And you don't have to, meditation doesn't have to be hard. Meditation can be what this person's doing right here. This can be your meditation. Getting out in the garden or reading, or make sure you read nice easy stuff, easy on the mind stuff. Don't read things that are going to disturb you and trigger you. That's right, when I was shuffling the cards I heard don't get triggered this week, Scorpio, because when we get triggered we give our power away. So be aware of that, getting triggered. That's right, I remember now. I was going to say it at the very beginning, don't get triggered. That's what I heard when I was shuffling. And we've got all that glitters. Now this is a nice card, but someone's wearing a mask here. And it's number 16. You've got to evaluate. I can't talk. You have to evaluate what is worth your time and your money. If something looks too good to be true, it often is. I'm going to read you number 16 on the angel numbers. Yes, for this card, this is the card of seeing things that people have and thinking, I want that. That's seeing the glittery things and wanting them, the big car, the big house, the this, the that, seeing somebody's life and thinking that it's better than your life and wanting their life. But when you do this, you don't know behind the scenes what their life is like. They may look like they've got the big car, the big house, but it could be the loneliest, biggest house that they've ever lived in. So you've got to think about that. Don't compare yourself to others. You think about you and be authentically you, and just watch that, because we can be taken in by these false, somebody's wearing a mask there and may offer, the world, but don't walk their talk. All talk, no action. This is what I'm feeling. So I pay attention to actions. So number 16, we've got your thoughts create your reality. So only hold positive thoughts and expectations about material issues and all your needs are met. Material issues. Yes, because the thing is, when we see people with everything, and it's easy to get envious and think, why haven't I got that, but that energy will never get you anything. That, why doesn't it happen to me? Because the universe hears that and says, yeah, it doesn't happen to you. You've got to say what you want with conviction and say that, I am I am abundant, I am prosperous instead. And the other thing is that Rhonda Byrne, the author of the lady who brought out The Secret, says that when you see people, like you may see someone in a nice relationship and it looks like a good relationship, you say, that's for me, instead of saying, why haven't I got that relationship? And we all do this. We tend to do this, and we worry. And back here, we're worrying. But you've got to release how you were in the past, thinking about things, that the bad things going to happen to you, or what they did, or whatever it is. And don't worry too much about material things, because we can get caught up on that. And, we want these things and we get annoyed because we don't have it. We see someone else with it. We've got to be, more neutral about that, because that energy won't get you any material things that you want. We've got death and rebirth, okay, number 13, which death is your card, you. So you're in a strong position. So you're in a position to learn from what has gone on in the past. And that past is moving out of, I can see that it's moving out of your life, and you've got a new beginning coming in, and you've planted the seed. This is another message coming through with the death card, that the more you can keep your mind clear and just focus on what you're doing, the more benefits and material and growth that you will receive. Instead of ruminating like we all do, you release it, and the death card is here to tell you that you are releasing that, finally, and having that rebirth that you deserve, Scorpio. So when death card is you in a strong position at the end, so all this we've been talking about is going back to this first one, the new growth. And so, but you've got to keep your mind, I think you will. I think you're moving into this, because look at this sun shining in. I think that you're moving into this stage of your life where you don't mind being by yourself if you are by yourself, and, you with your pet or whatever, and that's all you need. And this is a simple life. I think you would like to go to the simple life, and it's so interesting that all the glitters card. So those messages I was talking about are for some of you, and for others of you, with that death card at the end, you've realised that money isn't everything, and all the material stuff, striving and striving and striving for it, isn't the important thing. Keeping your mind happy, clear, and having the simple life, this person's got everything they could want. For all we know, they have a wonderful big farmhouse. But you're letting go, and the people that haven't yet are going to. This is what death is telling me, that this old way of life and the ruminating, you are going to release and heal the past. And in the past, you may have been chasing all the time all that glitters, and you were chasing and finding that it never worked because people, took you for granted and things like that. And then that caused you, it's an endless circle, isn't it? That caused you to feel like this for so long. But now you've learnt with the death card. You've learnt. I know it feels like I'm repeating myself, but the thing is that, you've learnt that, it's not, a new life isn't so bad, and you're not so scared anymore. This is you in that position at the end. So this sounds really good. So this is you before, obviously. So that's great, Scorpio. I love this message for you. It sounds ominous, but the thing is, this is what you were going through. But now that way of life is finished. Whatever horrible way of life was going on for you, striving and all this sort of thing, it's over. A new way of life is coming in for you. and that's you, and you're going to be stronger than ever. That's awesome. So those are your messages. Hope you like them. If you did, please like and subscribe, and have a great week. Bye.